notification that came up. So I had to look at it. I don't have a light on the front. I might have to because it looks like it's going to cast a weird glow. But I think I could do it. Hold on. Let me go turn this other light on. See if we can shed some light on the situation. Okay, let's see if that makes it a little better. Okay, that'll work. What's up, you guys? Sawyer's chasing Ellie this time instead of Scout, but Sawyer, one second. Sawyer, come here. Green beans, and then this like packet of like stroganoff noodles, not like has beef in it or anything, but it's kind of like the noodles and the taste of it. I just want something quick and easy, and that seemed to be the best one. But anyway, we did the pork chops, and they were like bone in, but they were a weird bone. What kind was that, Sean?
Of the what?
What did you call the pork chop? Like, because it had a little bone in it, but was it a shoulder piece or what was it?
It might have been. What happened?
Are we already?
I'm not.
We are not going to play this.
We're not going to do that tonight.
I rebooted the internet already. So see, it says we're live. Mm-hmm. But last night it said we were live and we weren't.
Let me go see. I'm going to see.
Yeah, see. But you liked the stroganoff, right?
I did.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Not a whole lot. It was weird. It wasn't even really like stroganoff. It was like just a noodle with like a dark sauce or something. It was really weird.
It was like a noodle mash.
No, I mean, those things always cook to hell anyway. By the time they're ready, it's just, you're right, like noodle mash. You're right. Yeah. Is that what they call it? Mm-hmm. I know that's a creator too. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Keep Presley in your prayers. Hey, Jocelyn, she's with Hubs. Hubs is in the hospital, so keep her in your prayers, please. Yesterday we were doing that about somebody else that was here, but we weren't even live.
Hey, Jocelyn, we're live. I think.
Yeah.
We're live.
So Presley's husband is in the hospital.
Oh.
He's not doing well, but anyway. So keep her. I can't respond to her because we're on, but that sucks. She has a whole lot going on.
Hey, Lindsay.
But I'm going to call the internet tomorrow and be like, your shit doesn't work. We pay for shit that doesn't work. Right?
Yes.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you. So
but look, I don't see it.
You don't see what? That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if we're live. I don't think
Can you guys see us at all?
Let me see. You got to type in there. Mm-hmm. Can you see? Can you see us and hear us? Maybe it's just delayed. Yeah, I see you. Okay. So let me take this off.
I just got to I got either that or I just got to put it back on.
But it's so weird. Look at all those open things.
I know.
Yeah.
So this is what I do.
It's good to see you, Jocelyn. I have something like something with sinuses. It like, you know, when you have sinus pressure and then you like blow your nose and you have relief for just like a few minutes. Okay, there, it caught up. Hey, Pink Life. But when you get relief when you blow your nose, but then you have to, these are first world problems, but I don't usually have problems with sinuses. So this has been like a challenge or whatever, but I don't want to take any more Tylenol for it because Tylenol isn't what it needs. And if I take Sudafed, I'll be awake for 2 weeks straight or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yay.
Does Sudafed make any of the rest of you stay awake? Some people it puts to sleep, but it keeps me awake. It's not worth it.
Some pain pills do that to me. Like you feel groovy, you know, like you kind of feel a certain way, but you can't really sleep. You just sit there like funky.
What certain kinds of pain pills?
That's why I don't like Percocets. And
Sawyer,
like
did you eat the cat food?
She said, of course I did.
Every night, these guys. So the Super Bowl was good. Yeah, we went to the in-laws last night. We got pizza. Mm-hmm. They laughed at me because they were like, do you want to order pizza? And I said, yeah, but not like regular pizza. I want like real pizza. And they were like, I said, no, I'm not meaning it to sound like that. But you know when you want like New York style pizza.
Yeah,
like
Brooklyn
you want
Joe's. There's a place called Brooklyn Joe's. It's really good.
I love their pizza.
And 3 pies were like $80.
Why do y'all call them pies? I meant to ask you that because your brother did too. Why do you call them pies?
Pizzas are pies.
You are not from Brooklyn or any place else like that, but y'all both call them pies.
Well, we're not from there, but we have a lot of family.
Oh, and that's what they call them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to bust you out right here, but I was like, I meant to ask. I haven't heard you say it, but I could, and I was like, I don't.
Jocelyn, you can't see the chat. Did you see where Jocelyn said she's currently taking tramadol because I fell down my stairs and messed up my leg? They make me so sleepy. Yeah, I had quite a journey with tramadol.
Wow, if they make you sleepy and stuff and they work, that's awesome. I mean, it's awesome because it's one of the better things you could probably take.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as you don't take
just be real careful with it, and when you feel better, don't take them.
Yeah.
Because
says I hate it when people say pop instead of soda. You know what? I haven't known anyone in a while that does that. You call it soda, right?
Pop is like I had family in Pittsburgh. They call it pop.
They call it pop. Yeah, you're right though. And cement. Whenever I call it cement with a T at the end.
It's cement.
No, but I'm like no. And pecan. Don't y'all say pecan?
I say pecan.
Oh, yeah. It's pecan in Texas. Hey, Hypno.
Yes, that's right. My pink light. In Canada, they say pop. They use the term pop.
Very cool. There's a whole, hubbubaloo going on because I guess Foodie Beauty's going back to Kuwait. And one cat is 20 and then the other one found a home. But the one that's 20, Sawyer.
20 years old?
Yeah, isn't doing well.
Get back in here, Sawyer.
So everybody's kind of up in arms or whatever. And now she's saying that because it's not doing well, so it's a discussion to have with her vet, but they don't know if they're going to use it. And people are freaking out.
Jocelyn says, I hate that fat bitch.
And also, the pictures were released that appear to be Sala and a different girl with a red light. In in their,
you got to read it from there.
In their room, I know I can't really see it.
It's weird that it's like popping through like in groups.
Is it?
Like here.
Jocelyn, aren't you fairly? I'm gonna put my glasses on, but if I do that, I can't put the hat on because it becomes a whole thing.
When you do that.
Stop. Look, no, but
She's like, stop.
Jocelyn, how long have you been around? Hey Marilyn, how long have you been around like the communities, like where you found us, like drama and stuff like that?
Who, Jocelyn?
Yeah. I'm curious how long she's been around because she's caught up, but sometimes she doesn't know everything. And it's like, oh, that's a whole explanation in itself.
Yeah. Well, the tramadol for me has been, I took tramadol for years.
Yeah.
So.
And it was on Twitter. And so it's not like so Jill, Salty Dog, Jill, I think now she went by Jilly Jill and she would be back and forth with Berg. She passed away.
That's sad.
Very sad. She passed away. And I think that Berg spoke on it, just said she'd been sick for a while. Very sad.
A story
That's what
about,
I thought, Jocelyn.
A story about Jill, and it's, just a story, a memory, was when she mistaked me for a different Sean. She
said that Sean, you weren't even in the chat. I was watching it, and it was Sean the Brit.
Y'all remember
She
Sean
said
the
that
Brit?
Sean cheated on his wife. And Sean the Brit was like, oh my gosh, and even brought his wife into the room and said, and then she goes, oh, I meant Tomahawk Sean.
Yeah. So that was Jill, and that was really the only interaction I ever, not really direct interaction.
She was also in Rosie's chat a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just
sad.
It's sad. It's really sad. It's like it seems like it's happening often, but I guess when a community is this big, she was Boyd, I think, is where she came from. And she and Berg's, man, they would go back and forth.
They'd be together.
She'd send him a greeting card and he'd burn it live. It was
amicable or whatever, amicable, and then they'd fight, and then to be.
Yeah.
Did Bergs ever move out of his parents' basement or whatever?
I don't know. I haven't watched him in forever.
We had
Jocelyn
kind of a
says I can
kinship.
relate to you guys in a lot of ways when it comes to mental health. Yeah, we're pretty open about that.
Yeah.
We're pretty open about that. So open that I get called, some people will be like, I can't believe they're being mean to her. She's profoundly mentally ill. And I'm like, okay.
That's Tomahawk Sean's MO. He likes him.
That's
what they said.
She
Tomahawk.
hadn't been on it. Katie hadn't been on in a few days.
Yeah. That's true.
See, Jocelyn said, as I said before, when I'd watch the Beast, I'd get drunk along with her in her stream. Did you see that thing I posted of Gabby?
I did.
Whoa. It's on my
Yeah,
Twitter, you guys.
that's a good picture.
It's a
Real
very, very good picture. It's like, and how do you like top that? Like when that's your wife and you're like, yeah, that's my wife. And all your friends are like, right on.
I know. I got that picture.
My wife can make brownies. Right? She's doing good though. I also talked to Arabia. She's doing well. I think that she's had problems with like congestion and just like real, like almost like a bronchitis thing, and it's not COVID, it's whatever. I think she's got black mold.
Because she's been sick ever since she's been in her apartment,
Yeah,
right?
so I told her to go to Lowe's or whatever and get a test kit, and then bugs Mandi. Oh, did she? Okay.
So here's the thing.
So
see how this chat's up to this has been stuck on.
It always does that. I don't know why.
But normally
it catches up after a while.
I mean, as long as it's okay, you can put it. You can just read off of there, but it's
I
just
wonder why it isn't working.
Because that number in the chat it hadn't changed on there like almost since we've been live, but I know it's going up there.
So P-Fly says Berg's mom did the call for the welfare check. So she didn't have anybody else that noticed that.
Oh wow! So when they did the welfare check, it's what.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, not to go down, not to offend or anything like that, but apparently the relationship between Berg's and his family extended to like Berg's could have called the welfare check, but his mother did. Says that they all kind of knew each other.
Yeah, they were on again, off again. I think he and her.
So you see, it just.
Thank you.
Everything that was.
Yeah,
it just flew up.
It does that every time.
Yeah.
You just weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I know, but just if you pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
Hey, you better not get snippy with me. People are going to say
People
that we're not getting along very well.
I have my sinuses hurt. Sean knows I can be not really directly a bitch, but.
Well, I mean.
Not to you. Like I was even like with Sawyer today. I'd be like, "Oh, how do you come inside?"
No, I'm just saying. There's some people that watch
Sarah.
our every move, and if we look like we're having a problem, boy, they want to let.
Sometimes if we have an argument, I wouldn't do it live, but I would like film it. But then you'd be like, "Why are you filming?" I'm like, to show people what an argument is, how pathetic it is that we don't really argue.
What happens?
You get your feelings hurt.
I get my feelings hurt, and then what happens? I don't say a word for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
And it's
one time I went to the nail salon and he and I had words or whatever, and he wasn't texting me, so I sent him a text and I said, so we're gonna waste the whole day being stupid.
We're gonna be stupid.
And so he writes back, come home with like the little devil thing with the smile, and I showed it to the nail lady. She was like, ooh, she's like, you better go. And
she only came back. She came home with only like 8 nails done.
It was so funny. Hey Karen, it was so funny. But that's typically how. I mean, I know that they said don't quit bragging about your intimate life. No one believes it exists. But that's usually how most of our disagreements are solved.
It's true. I mean,
you can't really.
If we had more time together, it might not be. It really is a valuable like killer of the argument, because it's like, look, we've got about 9 more hours together. We're gonna make. We're gonna do good things with the 9 hours, or we're gonna act like this, and then we go back to work for the next 80.
How about those Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, so here's the Super Bowl, a great game. If you didn't have a team in it like I didn't, and you just want to sit and you want to see a good game, we got a great game. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that holding call at the end shouldn't have been called. That's just me. But it was, and it was a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought the pizza was, no, it was a good game. It was a really good game. No work Wednesday because we have a parade. Oh, and In Your Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
And they're from Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah.
Very cool. That's cognitive treatment. It's psychology doesn't. Yeah, you're exactly right. Any psychologist or therapist will tell you that the silent treatment is not a sign of maturity in a relationship.
I think for me, it's
oh, Sarah.
I know, like I can see it happening, like, and I want to communicate and I don't know what to do. And it's a little bit of my hardwiring. I got to change it because I guess because I do get my feelings hurt easily by you.
Yeah.
Like I have like steel feelings with everybody else, but Mandi can have her way with me any way she wants,
Yeah, and the most of the time I tell them, I'm like, when we're not speaking to each other, which is rare, if you just said stop, like I would back down. You know that. It's like that stubborn
Yeah.
standoff when
But I think there's an art to that too. Look at him. Look at him. He's gonna
he's trying
pass
to
out in
find
a
a
minute.
cat to play with.
Yeah. I
Thank you, Jocelyn. I love how hard people study. Imagine if they could earn a degree. They would, some people with cough would have a PhD. Yeah, wicked obsessed is exactly the term for it.
I'm talking about us.
No, well,
Just in general.
no, that weirdo in
Oh yeah.
Indiana.
But there's more than one. We're not going to go down. But there's a few people that are kind of obsessing over. But anyway, that's drama.
Well, no, that's the point. Like I gave my response earlier to that silliness, and
Most of the people that are here, the 40 people that are here, a lot of them don't know, and it's that's good because they're just
Yeah.
here to listen to us lament over our arguing. But what I was
Sarah.
gonna say is like I know, like in my head, I'll be like, just tell her to stop and go. But I have to time it right too because I can't go in too early. You can't go in too early. You got to let you kind of
I
go.
think that the last time we even had any issues was probably before Christmas.
Yeah.
When you're young, especially when you're married young, you have a lot more piss and vinegar for silly arguments, for jealousy. As you get older and you realize they're groundless arguments that are based in insecurity, you just don't do it anymore. But when you're young, it's like you get feeling some kind of way and
I'd say if I'm in the house with you, it doesn't escalate. It's like
but you won't have an argument through text, and that's good.
no, I won't.
You won't.
I won't. I just shut it down. I'm not going to argue through text. I'm not going to really argue over the phone. So I'll sit at work and then my missing you because I miss it. And
Yeah.
I don't think that arguing on text is, constructive. So I just put my phone down and I go to work and then I miss you and then my mind will start to race and then I'm like, I never do anything without her. Well, I guess I have to today. So I'm going to work and it's just like stupid.
Is it?
It's just really
We are
stupid.
Karen is a lot like us. Like it's just when you get older, you're like,
Hey,
yeah,
Sarah.
yeah, exactly. I don't get that worked up. I have maybe once that, yeah, but I don't even remember. It was over something stupid, but it was here.
Not here? It was here?
Mm-hmm.
I think the worst that I'd ever seen you was in
Oh.
Texas. But that was like at the beginning when we were still kind of.
I did. I said about every 5 years I throw something, and it's usually something that breaks. It's not at anyone. And he goes,
even though it appears it might be it.
but it was, I did it, and then you were like, I threw it next to the TV. He was over there, and then I
Yeah.
was like, okay. I said, that's stupid. I do that about every, and I haven't done it. It's been about what, 3 years?
And I remember it was because I was going to Atlanta and we were
I was
arguing.
going too, though.
Yeah, but the argument was like, you're gonna go, like I'm gonna go without you, and I didn't know how to go. I just said okay, and then I think you said, "Are you coming back?" And I said, "I have to." It was something really stupid.
Oh, I do remember that now.
And it was way early on,
and it was instigated primarily by me. Again, insecurity, being scared. Everything's fear-based. Fear of whatever. And I was going anyway. I thought it
Yeah.
stage, but I guess.
And I think you kind of like offered. You don't fight dirty anymore, but in the beginning you'd be like, "So I'm just going to stay here" or something like that. And I was like, okay, instead of saying, no, you're not. It was a series of stupid, like back and forth.
It was, yeah, everything was
really
like
stupid back and
programmed
forth.
by how we functioned
Yup.
in prior relationships. We loved each other, didn't want to hurt each other, but we had years and years of a certain dynamic.
And it was different for you than with me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different because you weren't. I mean, your ex isn't a narcissistic person. He's got narcissistic stuff, but I think it's just different. We had different things that we had.
Yeah, different ways to cope. Jocelyn says, I didn't get my video. Yeah, okay. But we also want to see the other one, Sarah. The one video, the get ready with me that you posted. You said that you'd had an edible or something the other, and you said you don't even know if you can post it. I want to see it.
We're among friends.
That it was your best makeup job ever, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Jocelyn, I have a theory about that. She said, I thought bullies didn't exist anymore with age, but I guess it's worse. I think
Yeah,
that there can be a head of the mean girls, and then all of the people that fall into line in the chat and say mean things are women who wanted to be mean girls in high school, but weren't, you know what I mean? Weren't confident enough and so this is how they get it out. And I guarantee you, most of them don't, none of their real life people know that they get online and talk about a stranger in
yeah,
Georgia.
yeah. I
Right?
mean, it's kind of true. And I also think that like
Yes, Sarah.
I don't. I always have to constantly check. I don't have to constantly, but I would check in with Mandy because all the stuff that's going on, whichever channel it is that takes like little shots at us or 3 hour live streams about us. To me, I think I might be a little bit different than Mandy. I kind of, to me, it's a little bit of it's negative attention, but they're spending so much time talking about us. I kind of like, there it is.
I'm like,
And as long as she's okay with it, it's like let them do it because I'm telling you guys, the more a channel sits over there, and it could be either of the, there could be a couple different channels right now that go on and on and on about us. I'm telling you that people kind of watch it, and then after a while, then they'll come sit, they'll like check in here, and they'll see us talking, and they'll be like, "What's that all about?" And after a while, it's the question is, why do you keep talking about them over and over? And it's happening. And the
yeah.
other people that don't like them, Mandy's talking to them now. They like creep in the DMs and they're like, "Hey, so what's going on?" So we don't know this or that, but one thing's for sure is she's just feeling some kind. Her panties are in a bunch, big time for whatever reason. Let's talk. And that's how they are.
Do
Yeah.
you, yeah, some people say stuck in the victim.
Mhm.
Yes. And they angry, whatever, like, yeah. Um, can't imagine dragging people. I see a lot of that. Yeah, it's always happened. But so someone had created I don't know, even really know who created it, but a Photoshop picture of a mugshot that was
Yeah.
supposedly mine, but everyone knew it wasn't real. And I'm missing my cheek. We talked about this. I'm
Mhm.
missing. So I said, if you want something done, you've got to do it yourself. And so I posted this on Twitter. But for those of you who didn't see it, here's my better mugshot. That's the one that I made.
And I don't
So
think the one who posted it is smart enough to do it
yeah, I
because
was like,
they'd had the inches in the background, so they made Mandy's like 6'1" or
I
6'2".
said,
It was like, come
Lord,
on.
hold on, let me get the color back. That should bring it back. I said, oh my gosh. I said, I can do better than that. I said, I'm going to take a shitty picture
Mhm.
and it won't be a good picture and I'll do it better than that one.
The hardest thing about making that is Mandy taking a bad picture.
You're
Seriously.
so full of it.
I mean,
I
it's
will. You want
like,
me to one too, Jocelyn? Jocelyn says, make one of me. Maybe she wants a thruple. Jocelyn, that's a new word for me I'm trying to get the color
I
back.
got to do it. Watch.
Okay. All right. I can make mug shots of everybody. I said it'd probably end up on Kiwi Farms or something like that. And then I was
I'm
like,
on it. It's overrated.
when you get onto Kiwi Farms, do you have to have a certain number of votes that put you on it, or
I'm
how
not
does that
sure.
work?
I'm not sure, but
You like that, Marilyn?
yeah, I mean, as far as like all the drama stuff, I'm kind of like in that stuff. I'm kind of like have a little entry on Kiwi Farms, and it I checked many times to see if it like affected my bank account or whatever. It doesn't.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't matter. So
But that's supposedly where the lol cows come from, right?
yeah.
Well, there you go. But that was a better mugshot. I had my cheek was present. The eyelid wasn't doing something funny. It was like the whole thing. So I did that and put it on Twitter, and I'm like, there you go.
And just in case anyone's tuning in and then they're watching for a second and then they drop off because they're like, these two are no fun. They don't clap back or this or that, or they're not responding, and we want to see some drama. A few of you have been like, Sean, you can do drama. Just do it. Do it. I was trying to do it on my channel, and then I realized I don't have anything in my car right now to vlog. So
yeah, we'll get you a We'll get you a little clip thing hooked up.
Because I got a few philosophies about the players right now that are giving Mandy and I some attention and talking about us nonstop. And I'm not talking about the Beast. I'm talking about the others. And I know some things. I mean, Mandy released a little bit of video today about some member berries. I got them too, So we can talk about them. And I think you guys will remember, those of you that have been in the drama community, the stuff that I bring up. You guys will remember. But I just got, every time I sit down, it's usually at lunch, and I said, all right, let me do like a 20-minute vlog. And I go, all right, I'm all ready to go. I got nothing to hold my phone up.
Look.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
There's like 3 different people live right now.
I know.
It's okay.
No, I know, but if my mom calls, we're jumping off here. It's buffering, Sean.
Is it?
Yes. But y'all can still see us, right? I see you right and wrong. Or y'all can still see us, right? It looks like it's off on this side, like I can't Hey, reachable for okay. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Look, I'm trying to make sure they match up here. Okay.
They don't though.
Yeah.
It's off, but see.
Is she really, Jocelyn? Like really, really for sure, or is it a fake one? I am not.
No, me neither.
Society is much better off that I'm not.
I think that if I'm anything right now, it might be like on a 5-hour energy or whatever, but only a little bit so that I can go to bed, when we're done.
You must be though tired because you still stayed up pretty late last night.
I slept like a rock though.
Did you?
Don't you hate when you're sleeping? The best thing in the world is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you look at the clock and you can go back to sleep for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
That is the best
thing
feeling.
is when the last thing you remember was turning the TV off, and then it seemed like it was like 5 minutes ago, and then you look and it's time to get up. I have a weird, I don't know if y'all believe in this type of, how you're linked in with your clock. I will wake up and look at my clock like 3 minutes before the alarm goes off, no matter when I have it set.
Oh, really?
But I slept like a rock. I sat up and I was like, wow. Because you remember, I got up at like 3:30, and then I didn't take a nap. I didn't take a nap at all. So by the time I got into bed,
yeah,
I'd been up like 20 hours before. So I slept good for 7 hours.
Yeah, you'll definitely sleep well tonight, for sure. I'm trying to catch back up with. Hold on, bear with me.
So everybody's going to take a peek, so the numbers will go, and then come back.
I know. She just threw up bullshit.
Oh,
she
Becca
faked
turned
it.
off her stream. They said.
Well, did someone record it? Out of curiosity. How would you like to babysit your drunk ass mother?
I will tell you that.
You lose your husband that babysits you, and so then you have to use your daughter to babysit you.
I do feel that's the empathy that I have for Becca, is that she has to do that. When she gets old enough, I mean, because Becca's now at 2,000. Becca will be 23 in just a couple of days.
Oh, wow, stitching.
She'll be 23 in a couple of days.
Hey, Alex.
Sometime in February, where her birthday is, Becca's birthday. At some point in the next couple of years, she's going to have to figure out what she's going to do on her own. There's no way that she's going to be able to mount much at all. Trust me, I spent 10 years spinning my wheels. You heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. That is 10 years that I lost. And, I let it go because I'm with this one and I'm complete with this one. So it's a lot easier to forgive the people that have wasted your time when you are exactly where you want to be,
right,
like right now. But as we get older, you start to figure out, I can never get, that's 20% of my life that I'll never get back, that I just didn't really do anything. And sucks.
You're right. Stitching said she's on her new medicine and drinking. I drank, even though I was on mental health meds, I drank. It makes it so much worse. It distorts you. Well, for me, when I was on them and I would get drunk, it would make me, that's when I would have the hurt myself ideations. Not like I was going to follow through with it, but that was the main time when I would have them. like self-harm. That's more, and I didn't because I was a grown-ass adult and whatever, but that's when I had the urge to.
Wow.
It never works well. Never works well. And it's not even just like benzos and drinking. That's extremely dangerous. But regular, thank you, Arlene. I hope you are as well. Regular,
hey, Arlene.
Effects or whatever you happen to be on. It's a bad combination. Bad combination.
So I was like, one of the carriers got back today, and they weren't looking at me, and I was talking to her. When you're having a conversation, but you're looking at your work and with somebody else, and you're both working.
Mm-hmm.
And so she looked at me, and this gal is probably 60, and she had surgery on her foot, so she was out for like 2.5 months.
Is she back?
It's you don't know. Oh my God,
She posted his entire name.
So,
but I thought it was over. She was so happy.
Not.
She was so.
But when they
took him off
up,
the shelf. She took him off the shelf.
Yeah, she took him off of the shelf, throws me on there, and they look at you, and then you go, whoa, and that they don't look good or they don't feel good, and so I'm like, whoa, are you okay? And she was like, my foot was hurting me again, so they gave me Lyrica.
Lyrica, oh.
And that's all she had to say. It was like, I was like, wow. And then she just looked up, like, it was a combination of, I haven't slept for a week, and I want to punch you type. And she didn't mean to do it. She wasn't mad at me. She just had this look on her
made
face.
me blow up so bad. And it did. And it's hard to get off of. Did you, so I missed the first part. I forgot to listen because I was looking at the doxing.
No.
Is she back?
No, not that one. This is a different person.
Okay, so
the janitor? No.
Okay, that's who I forgot. I always say I forgot to listen. I'm going to ask.
The janitor left in I want to say the 1st of November or whatever, the 10th before Thanksgiving. It's middle of February and she's still not back. And our whole post office is disgusting.
It makes me laugh.
Because we'll have people
he knows it makes me laugh.
My supervisor will come up and go, yeah. We just got a complaint about the lobby, and I'll just look up and go, yeah, it's pretty fucked up out there.
She goes, yeah, it's fucked up.
She's like, can we? And I said, there's one of me. I can go out and I can do the janitor stuff if you want me to do that. But then I won't be getting my work done. It's like,
are we back?
Are we back?
We back? She's talking about her ex-boyfriend, Marilyn. If that's the name that she doxed. So. That's who she's talking about. And they've been apart since, they've been apart for 2 years. They haven't been together in 2 years. He got remarried. She threw up on the camera.
She was throwing
someone better have recorded that for me.
Yeah, Mandy's more interested to see.
Karen, you better have one of you better stitching. Come on.
So
good. Sarah, bless you. I want to see. Now, and you could, then they're going to go, ATX was celebrating and someone being drunk and she's supposedly in recovery. No, I was laughing at.
I think it's funny how people do that. They'll double down. They'll go, it's you're not telling me that somebody that's not throwing up, that in the drama community, they're not going, hey, Bill's throwing up.
Let me tell you. Yes, okay. So let me tell you about the kind of drunk that I was when I hung out with you. If you went off to get sick, I'm the one that opened the bathroom door and watched you and cheered you on.
Really?
Yeah. What? You're sitting there and then one disappears and you're like, where'd they go? And are they? And you're like, they're throwing up? And I opened the door and go, yes.
You weren't the one that held their hair out of their face.
I remember one of my friends was really sick. And it was all in good fun. They were laughing too. But I was laying in my hallway with my feet kicked up against the wall while she was hopping over the toilet. And she was like, I said, you said you can handle tequila like a champ. I was like, you did shot after shot. And you was like, I can. And then all of a sudden you disappeared. So I had to come find that. I'm the one that does that.
Jocelyn's like, Sarah, you're the real MVP. Well, I can tell that.
I think Karen might be recording it.
Yeah, but
she's not. Yeah. She might be.
Our numbers jumped up to
you gotta be
55 right after.
You gotta be really your body's natural way to cope with being shit-faced is to throw up. It's scary when you don't. That's when there's a danger.
But
Was she a puker?
not really.
When she drank, she went
But let's put this into perspective. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock on a Monday night, and she's throwing up.
talking about her ex-boyfriend.
Talking about an ex-boyfriend throwing up.
And her daughter's there to gather her, whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. And I can't really say like that. No, my daughter wouldn't have done that for me. She would have been like, no, you just,
I think my daughters went through a lot of that with their mom, like later on after.
like helped her out, like
Yeah.
for. Oh, really? I haven't seen that one either. But the live is still up, or so replay.
So it's
Okay,
just,
well, it'll be put on private fairly quickly, so someone capture it. Okay.
Joss was like, I was like, what the fuck? I need to record this.
Sean's like, that's so not my circus. I don't know. I actually feel sorry. I do too. I feel very bad for
I
her.
feel a little left out because.
And tell her your girls need you. Go.
Yeah, you go. You left her out to dry so many times, so much.
Not only is the. Did you get it, Karen? Though, did you get it?
Stitching's like Paula might have it.
Yeah,
someone's
drag
got
it back.
It's cold.
And how weird she went live, shit-faced drunk when we went live. You got to always take that with a grain of salt.
Did she go? She went live when we went live. She wasn't live when we started.
I don't know. But my guess is her I only drink a beer every once in a while is not going so well.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You know, our video that we're doing right here tonight is probably going to be reviewed by somebody. So, I mean,
well, in the off chance
do we get royalties for that?
I'm sponsoring. No, I would love to. Please let me.
I promise you she'll drink.
We talked about they gave me the Telfer says it's okay that Telfer and her daddy that's a lawyer and her brother who's a judge, but Telfer didn't know how to get her divorce filed correctly. I guess they didn't even give a once-over for her, because if they had, when Beep's cat got a hold of the brother.
I mean, there's so much stuff that can be drug up and thrown on it's just.
And I am doing a What About Bob part 2.
There's going to be that. I mean,
because there's other info.
There's two ways to play this game. You can be their side of it, over there where Sam gets ready and gets her whiteboard and does a 3-hour live stream starting at what was it, like 7 or 8 in the morning or whatever, and goes on and on and on. And then finally, after about a week and a half of it, Mandi ATX just fires back with about a 10-minute vlog or whatever. You want to talk
about us mistreating people and ignoring people in our chat when you don't even know what's going on behind the scenes? It's not, I know, won't tell what's going on behind the scenes because it's none of your business. But, girl, you bankrupted an old man.
Yep.
You estranged him from his children for several years. He bought you a house that you turned around and sold and then rented it back from the landlord because you are that smart.
You're that dumb. I have to believe at this point that I just can't. There's got to be, and I think that Owl alluded that I think she tweeted something about how we mentioned. I just saw the tweet. I didn't watch the clip of us and how about how well we're getting along or whatever. It's really, really important to other people whether or not our relationship is good. And somebody asked me, so I'm going to answer it here, why I say that Owl is over there working for Sam and Yaba. When Sam says that she's a bigger clown, Sam will say that Owl's a bigger clown than ATX. Here's why. You remember a month ago when they were talking about there's all kinds of investigations and the freedom of. I'm still waiting. Did they get their freedom of information stuff yet? I'm not sure if they did, but they said we were going to be in handcuffs and this and that. I did a tweet, and in that tweet I said that Sam and Corky were shook the house and this and that. Owl took that and retweeted it and said,
"Stop
for historical reference or whatever and such." When Sam and Yaba were talking about us getting arrested or us being, going to be in mugshots and in handcuffs, Al felt that it was her duty to historically record these events. Why?
But
You know,
and
it's
not
like, and
only
that's
that, not only that, but she kind of did that, you know, kind of tipping the hat to Sam, like, okay, this is. Then Sam called you a bigger clown than me. Now I don't think much of what Sam says is funny. I can't stand her, but in Sam's guesstimation, if you're a bigger clown than me,
yeah.
you are something to behold.
Stop
No, Casey,
freaking
you're not
taking up
blocked.
for them. Stop, you know, they don't give you any respect. So anyway,
Why would
there's
you be
that.
blocked, Casey? I haven't seen you in forever. It's good to see you.
I mean, and the only reason I brought that up is someone said, what is it that makes you
Thank
think
you.
that? She decided that she needed to document the stuff that I said in reference to us going to jail. She needed to document it for historical purposes. You know, so okay,
This is the
you can
same
do it.
person though that the prison has an answering
Yeah,
service.
that's
Is it
right.
like a little pad of paper? You missed this call.
I know.
You missed a call. It was TT. She wants to ask you a few questions. And they come to your
Um,
cell. Can you use the phone in my
yeah,
office?
I
Come on.
mean,
You can use the phone in my
eight
office.
minutes. It's truthfully Tricia, and she wants to ask you some stuff. See, if you've been in the OG community for a while in the drama community, somebody's always done some dumb shit.
Yeah.
That was Owl's big dumb shit thing was, and she thought that the rest of the community was
Oh, it's
gonna
good to see you.
was
It's
gonna
good to
feel
see you.
sorry for her. Like, oh my God, she did. Most of the people didn't even like Trisha. They were like, oh no, she didn't.
Yeah. Well,
She
and
didn't call the prison out. But that's her
yeah.
dumb shit move. And so I've always watched her from afar going, number one, really, really thin skin. Number two, she really relies on her people to have her back. And even they were like, nah, that's
What
not.
really bothers me though is that we lost a really good mod and friend because they didn't want to be seen
That's true.
and picked on, and
That's
that's
true.
messed up.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. A couple people that said that they didn't want to be seen here and they didn't want to help us out anymore
because they
because
didn't want to take heat from,
yeah.
and I think that's messed up.
It's messed up, but it's okay. You know, it's your right to do that. But
But I miss her.
yeah,
I miss her.
yeah.
She
And,
was.
yep, she's good people. And the thing is that it's just one of the. This is why I got to start doing my vlogs again. This can't hurt you. What people say about you, someone will be in another chat going, if I see them over in there in Sean and Mandy's chat, we're going to go for them. What can they actually do to you though? They can't do anything to you.
Yeah.
And that's been our point. Certainly, if you need to protect yourself, protect your family, you feel threatened by what people say on YouTube, you got to protect yourself. But there's a lot of other people that are saying, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's great drama. They're over there flipping out, especially Sam.
Love you, Mama Ricky. He said
She's not.
he came in with it being held.
She's not. They're not spending near the time together that they should be because Sam's spending all her time talking about Mandy and me and what's going on in our lives. So whatever you're doing over there, ATX, people are saying just keep doing it because it's fun to watch. We know it. We're going to stay quiet. And we're not going to comment. We know at the end of the day that nothing's going to happen. There's no one's losing their job. Nobody's going to be in handcuffs.
Oh.
So just shoot back every once in a while something at Sam to keep her riled up because she sure is riled up.
I hope it's just for the money.
But I'm here. I'm telling you,
I would hate to think that she's still that spun up about a friendship that hasn't even existed in
and
3
spending
years.
so much time. I think people are starting to realize that Mandy ATX doesn't give a shit and isn't really too concerned. As a matter of fact, she's going to say, "Okay, let's launch this out for her here."
Yeah. Does she have what? Does she do nothing but restream old shit just to stir up drama? Like I said, I hope it's for money. Whoever she's got that's combing through all of the streams to
Old
find
streams.
these things, I'm like, can I employ your services? Because there's a few people that I would love to have certain parts of. Is there any way I can?
I wanted to shout out real quick. I didn't know when wasn't going to say anything, but I'll say it again on my vlogs that. So they're combing through all of our videos to find all the times that we used a name that we used for our exes.
Take my phone. Get back.
me and Mandy are both white. Our exes are both white. And so
What
we were
doing?
using a nickname for our exes, and they deemed it racist. So I appreciate the ladies that they turned the comment over to, the black ladies, black women, and they did their research and they came back and they said, it's pretty ignorant. It is a racist term, but Mandy and Sean aren't racist. They're just ignorant to the term. As a matter of fact, one of the ladies that
She
Mandy
said,
talks
educate
to,
yourself.
they said they told us to educate ourselves, and we will.
We
We
did.
will. We appreciate the feedback. And because Sam can decide, Sam is white. She can decide which days that she wants to be a beacon for fighting racism, and what days that she decides to just wake up and be white and just go to the mall and not worry about it.
That was observed also.
Yeah, that was observed, and it's been talked about. She picks the days that she wants to accuse people of being
Sawyer,
racist,
stop.
and the days that she just is. She doesn't have to wake up every day and deal with the same struggles that black people do. So she can decide when she wants to invoke her white privilege and the days that she doesn't. And these ladies, who they're on the internet and they call out racism when they see it, they weighed in on it because they're qualified to do it. Sam isn't. So I appreciate that from the ladies that educated us.
Yeah,
so
that's all. It's just
that's all really it is.
Yeah, it's. But that was noted by her that she changes her way of speaking based on who she's talking about or to.
Jocelyn says, I'll pin that. You guys never used it as a racial slur. She's done. Yeah, but and then the other thing that was noticed is they had to go back to. I was even surprised because they said, well, they're using this live stream. It was 3 years ago. Anyway, there's that. And another flop on the outside of Telfer's echo chamber that's shrinking a little bit. I can't really find a lot of kickback to us, even on Twitter anymore. There's a few people, a few old cronies, a couple trolls, but really it didn't gain any steam. So
yeah,
there's that.
Exactly. We're never done learning. I had absolutely better. Good. Elizabeth says, guys, the hubby feeling better. Good. I'm so glad. Yeah, I had a good conversation today. It wasn't even about her. Mm-hmm. I talked to Arabia for a good amount of time. Like I said earlier, she makes me laugh. And she's convinced me to join Costco. I'm going to join Costco.
Yeah, I was wanting you to do that. Yeah. So thank you, Arabia, for convincing her.
Because she explained to me how that works. Like you spend whatever, and then you've got it for long enough that you're not running to the store. Because every time you go to the store to get toilet paper or something, you spend more. You don't just walk out with the toilet paper. So stock out. And I was like, rock on. So,
yeah, and what I like about your relationship with Arabia is it has nothing to do with drama. Mm-mm. She's somebody that Mandi met and continues to talk to, like a lot of people lately. But just on the off chance something pops into your head, you can get a truth of something.
Yeah.
And so there's that too.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that I keep up with. Sean has said Gabby is another one. Mm-hmm. Is another one. We were talking about her earlier that she is a competitive pole dancer, and not if you look at my Oh, okay, Presley. I was like, Presley was on her daughter's channel. So, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Well, so that's why she was telling us. No. But she did. She said it's okay. But she did whatever. Yeah, Tractor Supply is our favorite place too, and I like Home Depot. If I could have if I could just have 10,000 and go to Home Depot, and they said you've got to spend it all right now before you leave the store, I'd be like, man, I'd have it 2x4s and plywood and all kinds of shit.
You would think no, Mandi more than like Home Depot, Tractor, all those places, she'd be like, all right, Sean, grab those tools. Mm-hmm. What?
That little.
You don't want this? You don't want, no, just grab the tools, grab the raw materials, grab the wood, grab the nails,
Exactly.
and then,
I know. I know. I totally. That little thing that I posted that time of that little awning that I set it in flower pots and colored it green that put in the chicken pen. That thing's held up. I'm gonna make a slightly bigger one because I want to put like the good Timothy hay under it, like because our Brahma loves to sit and pick up the hay.
I think that's a good point.
Good.
We
I'm
need
so
like
glad,
or
Presley.
maybe a great big. We don't want to buy it. We could buy a big plastic thing, or you can make something to store the hay in. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that will you because when we used to buy the now Presley's on her name. We're thinking about you and praying for you.
Yeah,
you know that. And everybody else in here will too.
I mean, it's a perfect. Not to use your situation, Presley, but you're doing YouTube and this, and every one of us has got real things going on in their lives that makes this so
secondary.
Yeah, so insignificant.
Yeah.
When we, Mandy and I's life not when we're not here, we like y'all. Y'all are friendly with us. If we don't want to share it, we don't.
Yeah.
So, but our friends, that Mandy keeps up with, we know their significant lives that aren't on the internet.
Right. Yeah, Presley, but you do have a lot. You're changing the baby's diaper. Aw. Active shooter at Michigan State.
Wow.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Right now?
What time is it in Michigan? I guess they have night classes.
But it's an hour earlier, so what? Like almost
it's going to be where you can't go anywhere. That's insane.
Let me see here.
I'll have to look it up.
I'm going to do it right now.
You'll have to look it up. Okay, Presley, 9:30. Right. So is it still going on, or have they gotten it under control? Sean, it takes Sean a while to look. He cracks me up when he looks things up. Nice. He can find anything on eBay though. If I'm like, I want this certain thing, he can find it. Right?
Shots fired near Berkey and Phillips Hall 28 minutes ago. The police are reporting shots fired at Michigan State University campus, shooters at large. Wow.
It's like now everything, like elementary schools are locked down with fences around the outside, and
5 injured by active shooter. See, that's what happens with these situations. We get these updates and stuff. Wow.
Yes. That's insane. I know it didn't happen nearly as often. Find me a food mill for 15 or less. What's a food mill? Oh, on eBay. Yeah, he can find it. He's like, I'll find you one right now. No, but he's good at it. I'll tell him what I want, and he'll look it up and he'll find it. I'm not as good with that. I can make a mugshot of myself photoshopped, but I can't necessarily find the stuff on eBay, the hidden treasures.
For how much? 15 or less?
Did she say 15 or less, or 25 or less? There you go.
Vintage Foley food mill, $11.
What is a food mill?
It's thing that makes the food. It's a 2-quart.
So it's a big one. See, he found it. But he probably just searched for it and then filtered by price, right?
Well, there's other ones. There's one for $40, a Cuisinart.
I got my air freshener in, you guys. My Rose and Bloom Glade. Yeah. Stitch is like, I refuse to pay full price. Nice.
There's a vintage one for $9.95, but it's $8 shipping. Anyway, what else? Who wants me to look something else up?
I know. Don't forget about sending me the beast. Yes, I won't forget. It's still up though, Jocelyn. We won't be on too much longer. But it's still up. Look, Karen says, do you want electric one? They got electric ones?
I see.
That brings
I didn't even know what it was until
that brings, look, I'm gonna make it come back to the right color. Isn't that how you did it? Yeah, I figured you were kidding, Stitching.
But I found it. I mean, you have brought us so much
now you know
information.
We know what we can get you for Christmas. You want what is it? The sawmill?
It's a food mill.
Food mill.
I got it. I'll save a couple of them.
That's so
Yeah. So
funny.
even if I mean, during Christmas, that's what she gets,
Okay.
regardless if you change what you want.
Yeah, even if you find it beforehand.
Stitching Girl has brought us much joy in locales information. The least we could do is find something for her. So there it
Yeah.
is. Stitching Girl has realized that she now can take the trolls better than she ever did. She doesn't get offended. She can hang out in ATX and Tomahawk's chat, and
because she's just an easygoing
Yep,
troll.
that's right.
Stitching probably knew about stitching.
It'll take tomato skins and seeds out.
That's pretty cool. She can't wait till Christmas canning season. Yes, canning season for Stitching and Karen. It's coming up. Have you been eating your stuff you canned last year, Karen? Like, have you already been eating? Because I know she saved some. My granddaughter is a crazy. Oh, because she's your granddaughter, Sarah. She said she has no she has no fear. Sarah's granddaughter.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. She takes after her grandma.
You guys are the bold and the fearless to be seen in our chat, just so you know.
She said her granddaughter just jumped off the couch. Those are the adventurous kids that end up being a handful, but the worst thing you can say is, I dare you. Tanner's like, that's the worst thing that you can say is, dare you. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be like leaping through rings of fire or something like that. He's like, if it crosses his mind and he thinks it's a good idea, it's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's perfect for what he's doing. We are going to run though.
Are we?
Yes, we're going to run. But it was good, nice to see you guys. And I know I'm moving this right here. It was good to see you guys. And we will see you tomorrow.
Yay. Mandy is trying to we're going to run. I'm going to go watch this.
I'm
going to go watch this hoe puke right now. That's what you're going to do.
No, I'm not. But we're at 58 and I want time before you go to bed.
Okay.
I do. She'll still be puking next month. And that's what we like. I wish people were comfortable doing that. I think sometimes it's just people don't even want to be talked about, period. They want to kind of be like oblivious or kind of behind the scenes. And I get that. But still, we miss them.
Yeah, we do miss them. I just want us, I mean, every once in a while, we check in with the drama and the stuff that, when we're being talked by, works off, bullying other people and trying to, just get their way. And we're being told, and I believe it, and, it's like you guys are standing up to them and you're showing the rest of the community that it's just words, man. They're not going to hurt you.
No.
They can't. They're not going to reach out and hurt you. So
No.
as long as she's okay, and she is.
Yeah, today I knew about it. Someone had said this is
Every once in a while, Mandy wakes, because you know what? I'm going to, let me just do this.
I never ever watched, but someone told me what the gist of it. And we saw that troll come in yesterday and say, I'm sorry they're not paying attention to you. Or whatever, and followed up with that in a stream. If that's what you're reaching for,
there's about 5 people that with a different Twitter account, and they all follow that Twitter account and they talk to it and all that. But there's about 5 people that watch us tweet about what we say, and then I get a really good pulse. Like, they're really bothered by us having a happy relationship. That's the first thing. And they're really super bothered by the fact that we don't watch them. And, if I'm lying, then whatever. But Mandy seriously doesn't watch it. And I can tell if she has watched it, because she will be kind of upset in a kind of a certain way. She doesn't watch it, and that takes a lot of the teeth out of what they're saying. And a couple of people tweet. I saw one that said, do you really actually believe Tomahawk Sean when he says that Mandy ATX doesn't watch? Oh, she's watching. She doesn't. Mm-mm.
I don't, because it makes me mad.
Yeah, because it makes her mad. And you can fire back with some crap without having a whole bunch of anger and emotion. when you
I do.
you
I
don't
watch
go
it by
down.
center. Yeah.
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 So,
Y'all have a good night, though.
have a good
Thanks
night,
for
y'all.
hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for the super chat.